Hello and greetings everyone. My name is Steve. Welcome Bullrunners. Welcome to the Bullrunners community. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. In this video today, I'm going to go over the question, what is your favorite token? That's the question I'm asking you today. And as for me, I'm going to go through my personal favorite coins. All happen to be in the top 5, and I'll just go over them and tell you exactly the reason why they are my favorite, and maybe some of you can relate to those aspects for very specific reasons. Here we go. Let's start with Bitcoin. First of all, it is revolutionary. It did something that nobody else did before. It is something that solved a problem right after a devastating crisis in 2008. It came with a solution to the never-ending problem. It brought a new era of a digital financial system that is transparent and that you can be your own bank. You can transact from Monday to Sunday, 365, 24/7 at a very low price, actually lower than the transactions we are accustomed to, completely decentralized. Nobody owns it. It's owned by the community. It's run by the community. These are the elements that make Bitcoin so unique. It is the pioneer, was specifically developed to address a nagging problem, and it does that in spades. And such a large community that is behind Bitcoin believes in it, and that really spreads the word. And as the adaptations are coming in, these are the points that are very fundamental. Now, let me get to other things that are really impressive as well. First of all, Bitcoin is scarce. There's only 21 million Bitcoins. Bitcoin is built to just be more and more valuable over time. And those are the things that we are facing right now with the fiat currencies. Our fiat currencies don't last more than 100 years. There were other fiat currencies that dominated, and they all crashed because of one reason: inflation. And this is what's being addressed with Bitcoin. It's scarce. It's built to actually gain value over time, not lose value. It is a pioneer. It's solving specific problems. It has no centralized entities in between. And those are the elements that I really appreciate Bitcoin for. Now, let's go to my second one, Ethereum. The elements I love about Ethereum, first of all, is how it brings in diversity. Now, contrast to Bitcoin, which is a store of value, Ethereum serves more as of a currency, because all these apps that are on there, if you want lending, exchanges, services, oracles, all those apps are running on Ethereum. And there's only one currency that is used on there, and that's Ethereum. So Ethereum serves as a currency. It's a platform that houses all these different apps that are useful. So the way I see Ethereum, it is the fundamental layer of the new era of digital currencies. And besides that, let me share this screen with you. Ethereum is the so-called ultrasound money. It is extremely deflationary, and the way it works is the more it's being used, the more it burns. Why are burns so relevant? If the largest currency, Bitcoin, made an emphasis on creating a store of value that is extremely scarce and that is built to actually gain value over time, and the second largest cryptocurrency is built to be extremely deflationary, and it lays a large emphasis on the burning. The change that Ethereum made when it moved from proof of work to proof of stake was not just to add staking to it, but especially to add the burning to it, because Ethereum understands that burns are very vital to build a sustainable ecosystem. And that's what they did. Right now, what are we looking at? You see how in the last 7 days right here, there were 13,000 Ethereum issued. However, close to 36,000 ETH were burned. Ethereum is deflationary. It decreases over time. And on this website, you can track it. The more it's being used, the more it burns. So here you see how for the whole year, 683,000 ETH is being issued. This goes towards the stakers of ETH, and they're receiving these amounts. If you stake ETH, you have a share out of this pool right here. Now, however, over 1.8 million ETH are being burnt. So roughly almost 3 times the amount is being banned. And now imagine once the adaptation increases, the more users on the platform, obviously it will ban even more. So the point is that one of my favorite elements in Ethereum is how deflationary it is and how it has a built-in mechanism within its ecosystem that is banning tokens, which makes it sustainable. Similar to Bitcoin, over time, Ethereum becomes more valuable. The more you use it, the more valuable it becomes. It is deflationary. Those are the elements I love about Ethereum. Now, the next are the 2 stable coins, Tether and USDC. Stable coins bring that stability into the market. You can exit out of your position and get into stable coins, take a deep breath, and just observe what the market does. Secondly, because the cryptocurrencies that we discussed earlier, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're very volatile. And this is an aspect where you have a stable coin that gives you a reference. It's always $1. It's not volatile. It stays at a predetermined value. It doesn't move with the market. When the market is volatile, it's stable. It brings that stability into the system. And that's the aspect I really love about stable coins, especially now that the industry is still so new and the liquidity is not deep enough. The market is extremely volatile. It doesn't take much to move the markets. And those are the elements I like about the stable coins. Now, no other coin is more staked than the Binance coin. This makes it extremely stable. And to show you this, for one, you can see how it's not as volatile. In the past 24 hours, it only went between $327 and $333. So in the past 24 hours, it went between $5 to $6. This is part of the staking because over 85% of Binance tokens are staked. So this is as of December last year, over 21 million BNB, or roughly $5.2 billion worth of BNB are being staked. The more staked tokens there are, the more decentralization the chain's consensus has, and thus more security. So this is why I value BNB token, and it counters that volatility. Ethereum and Bitcoin are extremely volatile. Stablecoin is just steady, and BNB is right in between because majority of it, over 85% of BNB tokens are staked. And the staking is very important because it brings security, it lowers volatility, and it shows the trust that the community has in the project. So the elements I love about BNB is because its aspect of being the #1 staked token in the space. Over 85% of BNB are being staked. These are my top 5 currencies in the crypto space. They represent certain elements that I really enjoy in a cryptocurrency. Now, if you would ask me, if you only have to pick one out of all of these, which one would you take? That's a very tricky question. So how is it possible to just pick one of them? It's difficult. So for me, the way I look at it, there is no way I can pick one out of these 5. They all represent something unique. They all solve a specific problem. They all have a purpose for something specific. There's no way I can just pick one out of them. Now let's picture for a moment, there was a token that has these elements of all these 5 cryptocurrencies. For one, as Bitcoin, it is community driven and it's solving a specific problem, and that's inflation. If that token is scarce from day one, it has a very low supply, it's a limited supply, it is purposely built to gain value over time, and it's a self-sufficient ecosystem. You don't have to change it. The way it is, it's complete. So that's the aspect that token has. And then compared with Ethereum, that token represents a platform that is sustainable in the form of deflation. It is deflationary, just like the Ethereum platform. And it's built that the more you use the platform, the more scarce it becomes, the more deflationary it becomes, and it's extremely sustainable. It will have to have the stablecoin aspects of it. So it would either have to be paired with a stablecoin, or as you're using the platform, it's supposed to give you you stablecoin in return to maintain that deflationary aspect of things. It would have to give back to the community for participating on that platform. And then, of course, compared to Binance, you would have to be able to stake that token, to add more security to it, to remove the tokens from the circulating supply, and to make it more stable and not as volatile. Those are the elements that I would need that token to have. Obviously, as you know, I just described Bullrun. Bullrun is that token. When we were developing Bullrun, we couldn't just decide for one currency. We took the best elements from the top 5 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, the stable coins, and Binance. And we took all those great elements they have and put them into one token. That's how Bullrun was created. And that's what makes Bullrun so special. It's not your regular token that is based on just memes and hypes. It's here to solve a legitimate challenge, which is the liquidity challenge. Meanwhile, utilizing the positive aspects of the top 5 cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, it is very scarce from day one. It has a limited supply. It was built to gain in value over time, and it solves a specific problem, which is inflation. Contrary to the current fiat system, was designed to gain value over time. The more it's used, the longer it's around, the more valuable it becomes. Compared with Ethereum, number 2, it's a platform that is, the more you use it, the more it burns, the more sustainable it becomes, because like we see here, it has burning mechanisms. It's burning. We are retaining liquidity with every buy and sell. We're giving back to the community in the form of USDC distribution. And we're using the Eco and Operations wallet also to do buybacks as well. And of course, Bullrun is paired with the stable coin. It gives it that stability aspect of it. So that's how that stablecoin elements matches into it. And like I said, our staking platform, once you decide to participate in it, you receive USDC distributions. And then finally, Binance. Binance is the most staked currency, like we discussed in the space. Bullrun is the second most staked token in the space. And if we go here to Etherscan and we go to holders, you see that the number 1 address here is our staking contract. And currently there's over 71% of Bullrun tokens are staked. So we're in the top most staked tokens in the space. So like I said, these are the aspects that I really, really love about Bullrun. It was built based on the top 5 leading cryptocurrencies. It has an ecosystem that was specifically built to focus on solving the liquidity challenge. Here, the Bullrun ecosystem main purpose is to solve the liquidity issue. And that's what sets us apart in this space. We combined the 5 most positive elements of the top 5 cryptocurrencies, bundled them into one token, and then created an ecosystem behind it that solves the liquidity issue. That's what Bullrun is about. And if you ask me, that is my favorite token. So there you have the answer. Now, my question goes back to you. What is your favorite token? And what's the reason behind it? Why is it your favorite token? Let me hear from you in the comment section below. This is it for this video. I just wanted to point out why Bullrun is my personal favorite token. And that is because it embodies the elements of my favorite top 5 cryptocurrencies in the industry. That's the reason why. When it was built, we had all these top 5 cryptocurrencies in mind. It used the positive elements of these 5 cryptocurrencies and then built an ecosystem behind it that solves the liquidity issue. That's the ultimate platform, if you ask me. So my absolute favorite token in that case is Bullrun, and it's been doing that very well because despite our low market cap, which is 766,000, we have liquidity of over 306,000. And if you calculate that, that's a 40% liquidity to market cap ratio. There is no other project out here in this space that has a 40% liquidity to market cap ratio. And this is why we say BRL was built to solve the liquidity issue. It's been proving all along that it's doing that. This is the message for today. I hope it was informational to you. I want to wish every one of you a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, let's keep in touch.